members. And you see, this is supposed to be collective. Everyone should really participate in this. Who do we call a credible servant leader? And who should we vote at these SACCOs? And this is a call to the parish residents. We wish to unequivocally call upon any parish resident that may put themselves forward for elections to the PDM SACCO board or supervisory board, regardless of their economic status. And the leadership of the PDM SACCO does not require wealth. It requires integrity, a genuine commitment to the parish, proven experience in community leadership, and a sincere willingness to volunteer in service of neighbors. Subsistence farmers, women, young people, and the first-time community leaders are warmly encouraged to offer themselves for these positions, because they have first-hand experience to how development should actually be driven. So what makes a good candidate? Integrity and good character, willingness to serve, experience in leadership, and open, and this is also open to all economic backgrounds. Now, I have to emphasize this particular point we are getting to. Most especially when it comes to good leadership. We need zero tolerance for corruption. So, and government is aware that the integrity of the PDM has been seriously undermined in certain parishes, not all. And some of the serious offenses that will attract disciplinary or legal consequences are: 1, fraud and false inclusion, placing ineligible persons, including non-residents and non-subsistence households, on the PRF beneficiary lists. This is fraud. Those responsible will face consequences and must not be elected. For now, we have some bad leaders who do both extortion but also false inclusion and fraudulent inclusion of members and beneficiaries. I want to state this, that this is criminality, and there are quite a number of laws that we can use to curb this. Demanding payment as a condition of fund access is extortion. No fees or any kind may be charged to members or beneficiaries. Membership is free, and when I say free, it is by government. So the next steps in implementation and the actions required at every level are the special general meetings, which are now being convened across the country to represent a historical opportunity to reset the PDM SACCO governance foundations. My secretariat has directed all chief administrative officers, town clerks, sub-county chiefs, parish chiefs, commercial officers, and the community development officers to take immediate and documented action to implement these reforms. I wrote a circular, a detailed circular with all the reforms to these categories of leaders. The meetings must be convened with proper 14-day advance notice. They should be held at accessible venues and conducted in strict accordance with the Cooperative Societies Act and the amended PDM SACCO bylaws. Like I said in the first meeting, there are going to be some amendments in their bylaws to accommodate these changes, these reforms. And all costs are going to be met by the PDM grant. Now the district officials know what I'm talking about. And not from the beneficiaries. Nothing should be conducted with money solicited from beneficiaries. All this entire process is entirely funded by government. Finally, the PDM Secretariat remains committed to supporting every parish through this process, and together we shall ensure that the PDM SACCO is governed by the people, for the people, transparently, accountably, and in the service of the parish households. Members hold the ultimate authority and vote freely, vote wisely, and vote for your parish. And members, you see, you're quite important in this particular process. Amplification of this message is very, very crucial, because most of our people, and I can see there are quite a number of media houses here, both radio and visual and video and TV. Most of our people in the rural areas listen to radio. A few, I think, who are privileged in the rural areas will watch TV. It's very important for us to send out this message. You guys are influencers on social media. It's also very important for those on social media who are quite a number, a sizable number now, to get this message. This message is very, very important, because what we are doing today and what we have been doing for the last 4 years has fundamentally changed the livelihoods of people down there. Many have been talking about it as tokenism, but this is not tokenism. If you have seen the videos and some of the success stories that we have been airing, this is real, and it is happening in our parishes. I would encourage you, each of you comes from a parish. It will not be hard for you to start with your parish and send out this information. By the way, you're also eligible to stand for elections in these circles. I don't know whether if you receive, I don't know whether most of you are in subsistence, but if you are, you're also eligible to getting the PRF or access to these loans. But let us hold this together and we amplify this message so that everyone participates in this. We shall be giving you very soon, I'm going to be calling you again to give you a brief on the status of the PDM. As we stand right now, how much we have disbursed, Edward has talked about it a bit, about 3.7 trillion for now. By end of June, it will be 4.2 trillion. This is money in our economy. This is money that is revolving down there. Many have been saying that many beneficiaries have misused the money. Expand community ownership of the parish revolving fund and ensure that the PDM SACCO, which is the financial institution and the financial engine in each parish, is led by credible, accountable, and service-oriented individuals. Now, members, this arose out of the presidential tours. I know most of you, the Fourth Estate was very vigilant in following up the stories and the tour with the president. And we got feedback from the Mwananchi. And one of the issues was the leadership in the SACCOs. Remember that these SACCOs have a leadership that is born out of the community through very democratic processes, but there was a bit of a gap. And if you remember very well, in the beginning, not very many people were enthusiastic about getting involved in the parish development model and the elections of their SACCOs. So we looked at that gap, and the president found it fit that if we now publicize this, the principles behind the PDM, more so do with the democratic elections that take place every 4 years, it would bring a bit of sanity in the leadership and the governance of these SACCOs. So at this press briefing, I want to inform the country that the Secretariat is calling upon all parish residents, journalists, you, our distinguished journalists, community leaders, to take careful note of these developments and support their full implementation in the spirit of national progress and shared prosperity. So I'm just going to briefly go through some of these reforms, but the biggest, the details are in that press brief that you've all received. Many Ugandans think the PDM SACCO primarily is a lender, the institution through which the parish revolving fund is accessed. It is partly true, and it's one of its central functions. But it's important to understand that these PDM SACCOs, in truth, are a comprehensive community development institution managed by parish residents. It is mandated to perform several distinct but deeply interconnected functions within every parish in the country, all of which work together to lift subsistence households into the money economy and improve livelihoods across the community. It is precisely because of the breadth of this mandate that its leadership and membership must be strong, inclusive, and deeply rooted in the community. The PDM SACCO does not belong to any individual or group. It belongs to every resident of the parish, and it must be governed accordingly. Now, in your brief, you will see that the PDM SACCO has quite a number of roles. Guides in enterprise selection. It helps with agricultural inputs. It helps with value addition, farmer education, and business development services, and access to the market. So it's a multi-purpose cooperative. And its leadership at the parish is very, very important. And why we are saying this is because many have looked at it as a financial institution and only a lending institution. Not so. Not very accurate, because it has so many other functions. So we thought it fit that we have to expand its membership out of what is known today. So the government has reviewed the PDM SACCO membership provisions with immediate effect. This is one of the most significant reforms since the launch in 2022. And its rationale is straightforward. The PDM SACCO must serve the whole entire parish. It is therefore it's the considered position of government that every parish resident must have an opportunity to participate in the governance and the management of this institution. It is not merely a procedural amendment. It is a democratic imperative rooted in the principle that those who serve by an institution must have a meaningful voice in how it is run. Two membership categories have therefore been put in place. The first one is the enterprise groups, which has been existing, and originally every member was represented by three delegates. That is the chairperson, secretary, and treasurer. And those are the ones who would end up voting and have all the rights to do with the governance. Now we are saying we are introducing a second category, category B, individual parish residents. Now every member of the parish from now on should register or can register. Let me say can register because it's not mandatory, but can register and be a member of the SACCO. So we have two categories, the enterprise groups, and every member, every household in the parish can be a member of the SACCO. So the first resolution at the ongoing, because I already wrote a circular to have special general meetings to amend the PDM SACCO bylaws to formally reflect the new membership categories. No parish resident should be turned away. We noticed this when the president would ask members of of the audience and the places we had gone to, whether they were part and parcel of the activities going on in the SACCO, and whether they knew their leaders. And most of them kept on saying, no, we don't, and they didn't participate. That was because they had to belong to enterprise groups, which would make them eligible to participate. Now we are opening it up because the PDM as a strategy is for everyone in the parish. Even me, Galabs speaking, you know, many people say that it is for the Bawejere, but I'm going to explain that. Even me as a member of the parish, a resident of the parish, I can belong to the PDM SACCO. But does not mean I'm eligible to accessing the PRF. Now that one is something different, and I will be explaining it to you. So at this particular juncture, the Secretariat encourages all residents who qualify and wish to access the PRF but do not yet belong to an enterprise group to take necessary steps to form or join through their sub-county and district authorities. The doors of PDM are open. The path to the fund runs through the enterprise groups. Later on, giving another guide on how to access this fund, because of course it has already gotten down to the SACCOs and the members know exactly how to get this fund. But for more clarity, we shall be informing the members of the Fourth Estate so that we can amplify this message. So at these special general meetings, which are now taking place in every parish across the country, are not ordinary meetings. They are a rare and critical important opportunity for communities to reset the governance foundations of their PDM SACCO and to choose their leaders who will serve the parish for the next 4 years. Every parish resident is called upon to attend, register as a member, and participate fully. Attendance is a core requirement, not a suggestion, and government has directed all relevant local government officials to ensure that every parish resident is given an opportunity to do so. This is mandatory. Every local government official, every government official, from RDCs to the local government staff, from the parish chief all the way up to the district, the political leaders, we are calling upon them to make sure that every parish resident is informed and has this obligation to do what is necessary. Now, the PDM Secretariat
olwekyo okugireka mu mikono gy'abantu abatono ab'olubato tekiyamba, kubanga luli babadde abakulembeze be mbadde mulaba mu PDM SACCO nga balondebwa enterprise groups zaabwe, nga buli enterprise group yayina akalulu kamu. So osanga mu muluka mulamba nga mulimu enterprise groups 15. Kitegeeza nti abakulembeze abali mu SACCO eyo baali balondebwa abantu 15 bokka ku muluka omunene oguyinza okubaamu 10,000 ez'abantu. So gavumenti neeraba nti ekyo sikyali kya bwenkanya, n'olwekyo twetaaga okuddayo okulonda. Era kyava ku pulezidenti obubaka bw'abadde ng'afuna amawulire g'afuna emyaka gino 3 egiyise, nga bwe mubadde mumulaba ng'agoberera empeereza eya PDM ne wealth creation mu ggwanga lyonna. Abantu nga bamutegeeza nti abakulembeze abaliko si be baabalonda, n'olwekyo tebabaweereza nga bwe bandyagadde. So ekyokubiri, gavumenti mweno feezi gye tuyingiddemu egaziya empeereza eya PDM SACCO. PDM SACCO yaffe eyamba abantu mu kulonda enterprise mwe bagenda okuteeka ssente, abazungu kye bayita enterprise selection. Eyamba abantu okufuna ebyokukozesebwa mu bye bakola ng'ensigo, ng'eddagala, eyamba abantu okubawa amagezi nga kyemwayindise extension, okubasomesa okola otya oddukanya otya enterprise mwotadde ssente mu platform education ebayamba okufuna obutale. Kakati bwe tukireka ku kugaba obugabi ssente tuba tetufuna ekigendererwa ekyawamu ekya PDM. So n'olwekyo gavumenti kwe kusalawo egaziye bammemba. Kati bammemba ba PDM SACCO bali ba bika bibiri. Ekika ekisooka ze enterprise groups nga bwe babadde. Ekika ekyokubiri ekikulu ennyo nti buli mutuuze ow'omumuluka asobola okubeera mmemba wa SACCO. Kyekyo ekika ekyokubiri. Oba oli mugagga oba oli mwavu, oba oli mukadde, oli muvubuka, oliko obulemu, oli mukyala, buli kasitobera nga obeera mmuluka ogwo ddembe lyo lya bwebange okufuuka mmemba owa PDM SACCO. PDM SACCO tetugibuzaabuza ne tulowooza nti gurupu eno cooperative ey'omumuluka nga bannannyiniyo be batuuze ab'omumuluka ogwo. So buli mutuuze alina eddembe okujja okwenyigiramu mu ngeri cooperative yaabwe bweddukanyizibwa. N'olwekyo meet government national coordinator yaweereza circular oba ebbaluwa ku buli district mu Uganda nga babalagira bateekewo okulonda okupya okw'obukulembeze bwa zi SACCO zino. Mu kulonda okwo buli muluka kugenda kuba n'okulonda, era okulonda kulina okukolebwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 3 June tezinnayita. Akoba naye mukanootinge ng'ennaku za mwezi 3 June tezinnayita, mu ggwanga lyonna buli muluka gulina okuba nga gufunye obukulembeze obupya. So enkuŋŋaana zigenda mu maaso we twogerera nga zijja kuba mu bitundu bibiri nga eyo brief gye tubawadde bweri. Buli mutuuze wa ddembe okwenyigira mu nkuŋŋaana zino. Abatuuze balina okusooka okusomesebwa ku nzirukanya y'obwegassi, okutegeera eddembe lyabwe ng'abammemba ba SACCO, okutegeera obuvunaanyizibwa obuli ku bakulembera. Olwo ne balyoka bagenda mu kukyusa bylaws oba constitution yaabwe ne batandika okuba akalulu kaabwe. Era national coordinator abagambye nti ani asobola okwesimbawo okuba omukulembeze omulungi owa SACCO. Ayina okuba omuntu omwesimbu era abadde nga yeeyisa bulungi ku muluka, amanyiddwa bulungi. Ababadde beetaba mu kulyako abantu ssente, mu nguzi, mu bulyake, abateekako ku lisiti abantu abatalina kubaako, gavumenti egamba abo tebalondebwa mweno leadership empya. Alina okubaako n'obumanyirivu oba experience mu bukulembeze, oba mu kanisa ye, oba mu kereziya ye, oba mu enterprise group nga yakulemberako. Alina okuba nga mweteefuteefu okuweereza. Obukulembeze bwa PDM SACCO tebuliiko ssente bwa bwereere. So oli ayagala okujja okusasulwa oba okufuna omusaala, PDM SACCO si ye. So omukulembeze n'ayagala okwesimbawo alina okumanya nti ajja kukolera bwereere kuweereza muluka gwe, si kwekulaakulanya. Era obukulembeze nga bwe nnyinnyonnyodde, omuntu yenna mu muluka asobola okwesimbawo kasita abeera ng'amaze okuwandiisibwa nga mmemba. Gavumenti ekkaatirizza nnyo nti tejja kuttira ku liiso abakenuzi, tejja kuttira ku liiso abo ababadde basaba kyoja mu miro, abateeka abantu ku lisiti ez'abafuna ssente nga tebalina kubeerako. Abo abakugamba nti okuwa akakadde sooka oleeteyo $5,000 oba 10 oba 20. Ekyo gavumenti terina n'omu gw'ejja kuttira ku liiso, anaakwatibwa yenna ajja kuvunaanibwa ng'amateeka bwe galagira. kiki ekyetaagibwa okukolebwa kaakati. Tukubira omulanga bannamawulire mwenna, bannayuganda bonna gye bali mu biti byabwe eby'enjawulo, okusooka okutegeeza abatuuze bonna nti enkiiko zino zigenda mu maaso era buli mutuuze wa ddembe okujja okuzeetabamu, era tubakubirize abatuuze bonna beetabe mu nkiiko zino. Ebbaluwa eziyita enkiiko zitandise okufuluma miruka egy'enjawulo nga balina okubawa notisi ya nnaku 14 buli wantu, buli muluka, buli mutuuze yeetabamu mu nkiiko zino. Naawe ow'amawulire osobola okujja mu muluka gwo gw'olimu okusooka n'otegeeza abantu amawulire gano ge tubawadde. Ekyokubiri, naawe osobola okwesimbawo, oba toyagala kwesimbawo, jjangu ng'omutuuze w'omuluka olonde. Na buli muntu ali eyo, buli muvubuka, buli mukadde buli aliko obulemu mujje mu lukiiko lwammwe olw'omuluka mwesimbewo oba mulonde. Eyo ye statement enkulu evudde ewa National Coordinator Honorable Galabuzi Sozi. Naye waliwo abaabuuzizza ebibuuzo